Well, why have we still got combat music? Oh, because of the boar, I guess. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, not good afternoon, good evening. Do you like how, if you look at the last episode, I started it with good afternoon, and the one before that I said good morning. It's almost like I've recorded multiple episodes today. So yeah, welcome back to Calydon, the birth of Calydon, with a boar that hates theatre. We haven't impressed him with the quality of our artists and actors and actresses, and he's been destroying our stuff. We had a hell of a lot in the previous part. We had Cassiopeia launched an invasion on us. We could only sell wine to one guy who cut trade to us, and we had this boar thrown at us. So, pretty nasty, but we managed to weather the storm. Not only did we weather the storm, but we're suddenly getting a lot of money. We have 8,000 drachma, and I assume it's because we're selling all of this wine. So the wine industry is where it's at, for sure. So I'm going to do a bit of a weird, non-standard kind of road setup here. And I say weird and non-standard because I don't know whether the maintenance guy will be totally happy with this. But I want more wine. Wine seems to be the trick to this whole... No, that's a wine vendor. What are you doing? We want growers' lodges. And we want wineries. Because all this stuff is just so useful. It's getting us a lot of money. We can actually start beautifying things. Like, for example, this I've wanted to beautify for ages. The whole last episode while I was editing it and I watched it. I've been wanting to beautify it. It's not done. Now, if we put pillars in there, it's not really going to do much, are they? We could do a weird thing where there's one row of... Oh, no, but it's 2 by 2. Yeah, I don't know. Pillars are going to look lame there. Let's do flower gardens, I guess. Let's do flower garden. Like that, maybe? There's something blocking that. Oh, that's the infirmary, I guess. And then we can do Doric columns like that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, what do you guys think? And then a bit of asymmetry just to set everyone off and aggravate people. Okay, a serious problem I just noticed at the end of the editing. I replaced this rubble here with a watch post. We didn't need a watch post. What we needed was a fountain. So these people are all going to die of thirstation very soon. So we'll drop that down. I'm going to keep the flags down here because our rabbles can rally to that if we get attacked again. And I think this game is a bit relentless in the way that that works. We've got another rabble here now. They will keep throwing themselves at you. However, another thing I think we might like to do is Ethiopia might be weakened because... Oh, history of Ethiopia, it says none. Well, she totally just attacked us. I think we can go for the throat here, and we can invade her. Now, we could just plunder her, but since she has nothing, it would just be for money. Oh, no, we can't plunder her. We need hoplites or horsemen. Our rabbles can't. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because I was thinking to myself, it's weird that your people stop working their jobs to defend the city, but then they can invade and it won't stop them working. But no, that's not the same thing, is it? The elite housing specifically is there for armies. And these are specifically for jobs. Okay, so it all makes sense, right? If you summon the rabble, then the other jobs stop working in the meantime. So anyway, that's all good. They hopefully won't die. Now, the other thing I wanted to get on, right, is if we need this sanctuary... And we've got all this money suddenly. Oh god, that is horrendous though. The boar just destroyed all of our wood. All of it. If it comes up and destroys this trading post, that would be, like when it's full of wine, that would be a catastrophe. Okay, I'm going to put a storehouse here. We're going to use our new technique of clicking the X and then accepting wood. Oh my god, I can't believe people had to sit through like 6 episodes knowing that that was possible. So look, all the wood will suddenly move and this will fill up real quick. But at least that gives them something to chop down. It's funny, I built way too many of these mills. We don't need this much. The only wood we need is a little bit for the sanctuary. Just a little bit. So unfortunately we screwed up the whole marble situation as well, as you guys know, because I edited in the previous part. That's terrible. But I'm wondering if Argos might just give us some marble. So I'm going to beg for some marble. They like it. They're bitter. The leader of your parents' city doesn't like you very much right now. He won't grant you military forces for any reason. He'll begrudgingly grant requests for food, and if you're lucky, for goods. Yes, please get... Look, I will return the favour with wine, okay? I can give you wine. I know you're not happy with me. I know it's been going slow. I know I said one episode per mission. I said that. That was me. How are they... Oh, yeah, they do have a road. And yet here we are. We're still on the same mission, and it's another episode. And you were expecting results at Argos. I appreciate that. But give me some marble, all right? You were offering it before. Loads of it. And in fact, do you know what, my friend? Just so that you like me more, have some wood. I've got all the wood for you. I've got all the wood, and if this game... I promise you, if this game offered potatoes, I would also have potatoes for you. But we can't harvest potatoes. There is no impressions game dealing with South America, though wouldn't that have been cool? And I'm sure potato farming would have been there, and capybaras and all kinds of stuff. But they went bust, unfortunately. They did Rome. They did 3 Rome games, I guess. I think they did season 1, 2, 3. Then they did Pharaoh. What did you just break? Common housing. Well, I don't know what to say here. And then they did this, and then they did Emperor with China. If he destroys something really important, it's a real problem. Can you please just leave? You were right up in the top left before. You were all the way up here. Why are you here now? No, 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 no. No. Okay, thanks from Argos for the gift. We don't really need the item here, but thanks all the same. I'd best see that when we return later. Okay. Well, hold on, but I just begged for the wood, and I do need it. Or the marble, sorry. So if he fulfills my request, I really need him to actually do that. And I don't know, should we keep spending 40 drachmas to build storehouses just on the odd event that the boar will break it? I'm not going to accept anything there, but maybe that's like the booby prize, right? He thinks he's got all the loot and he hasn't really. Okay, what else do we need to do here? Right, I've got to buy the statues. That's what I was saying. So we go to storage. No, we buy statues from the same guys, sculptures. So they're 500 each, so they are expensive. However, I think we only need like 4 or so. So when the trader comes, I'm going to ask him to deposit. There you go. Thank you. 18 marble. That's excellent. Excellent. I sounded like a complete... What's that game? That's the sound effect in the game, isn't it? All right. That might be enough to actually start the construction of our thing. Mythology. Is it Hermes they want? Yeah, it is Hermes. Yeah, you only need 9 to start it. Okay, Hermes, go. So what does he want? He wants another 35 slabs. He wants 12 wood, which we can produce. He only wants 2 sculptures, see? So it only costs 1,000 drachma. I mean, it's something. So we'll buy 2. And basically what this means, but by saying 2, is 2 will appear here when he trades. And then we cancel the order straight afterwards. But we can sell as much wine as we possibly can. He's going to buy all the wine. Now, thank you for the marble. In exchange, I will give you... Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not going to attack anyone. But I will give you some wood. You might not really need it, but please, we've got to keep relations up. The other thing I could do is I could start giving gifts to Ethiopia, too. Maybe that's a way through this. All this excess wood, maybe they want woods. Maybe they start to like me. Because I'm pretty sure they'll try to invade me again. Like, if I don't immediately strike back, I think they'll be going for me. But that's fine. Now, elite housing was possible in this mission. We could have given them wine, so it would have been something. Like, that's a funny thought, digging into just one of these mini missions, like a colony mission, and going really ham on it, and seeing how far you can get. Can you conquer everyone? Can you deal with every issue? Like, if Caledon conquers other city-states that are going to become rivals later, does my main city also get them as friends? Thanks from Argos for the gift. Thank you. You don't need it, but whatever. Okay, the wine industry is going well. See, look, just keep destroying that stuff, please. What will sate your bloodlust? What will sate it? Also, okay, I don't know what's happened to me. I've forgotten some simple techniques for dealing with bad roads. Listen, if we've accidentally got a road like we had here, where the patrolman's going the wrong way, I can just spam roadblocks. Just put 2-3 roadblocks down, and it's fine. Oh, go on, here we go. Will we see a fight? Do you see how he slashed it? He actually got a hit off. Over enough time, we'll deal with it, and we don't need Theseus. What happened to my palace? This building, once fine and beautiful, has been reduced to dust. What? What happened? So I did notice this in editing. Oh, maybe it needs maintenance. I didn't even realize that, but I guess it does. So maintenance post on the outside, far away, because I don't want it to mess with the appeal. I did notice this as well. I forgot to connect the road here. So it wasn't actually fully connected. But you're going to have the shortest patrol route I've ever made for someone. There you go. In and out. That's it. Now, just to be clear, you do have a road, right? Oh, yeah, and this is an ugly thing about the palace. I remember this. So there you go. Let's give them the road there. As you rotate the viewport, the palace always will be facing you. I guess what happened is they never made textures for other orientations for it to appear in. So it always appears to just spin around. I think the big sanctuaries are the same. Okay, why did the combat music end? Did they kill the boar? I think one of the guards killed the boar. No, the boar's right there. Okay. Well, whatever. We can start storing our own wine soon. Maybe I shouldn't have spent that marble straight away. Also, we have money, so we can start trading with Argos and just buying marble. And the mission's pretty much done. Unless there's going to be some other horrendous invasion. I'm building this all the way over here just because I'm so nervous. And we have the employees, I think, right? If we go to industry. Sorry. Industry, unemployed, 154 people are unemployed, yeah. So let's buy marble as much as we can, and we'll just keep an eye on the drachmas as we go. I don't see the two statues, so they might have already been imported, and they might be getting carried over there already. Nope. Oh, we need an artisans guild, of course. So let's put 2 of them there. I consider these to be temporary arrangements. And they need a maintenance man as well. They're unsightly, and the people of the nearby neighborhood will not be pleased with it. But since we're only making the one, that'll be fine. So there's a funny thing here as well. Oh, never mind. Athena, Dionysus, and Hades we can have here. Which are all very different to what we can make in our main city. But basically the caps aren't copied or anything, right? Oh, wow, we have to move all of these flags again. If she says she's going to invade, I'll do more of them. I'll just do the one for now. Like, we can't build a thing to Zeus. That would be quite funny to see that Caledon got the thing to Zeus before Argos itself did. I think there's something really cool about the Civilization game series. Not that I've played it much.
Worship me and find out.
But this idea that, like, you know what real life history was, you know who got what technology at what time, you know the general beats of human civilization and history, and in that game you can change things, you know? And there's another thing, the Paradox game, Hearts of Iron, I believe that's about World War II, and you can choose to be, like, the Axis powers instead of the Allies, and, you know, lead Germany to victory or whatever, and it's kind of cool. It's like, and apparently it's really difficult to do that, but there's something very fun about that. Unfortunately, you miss what I miss in this game, because I don't know much about Greece's actual history. I don't know where things are deviating or whatever. And the other big strategy game I play all the time is the sci-fi game, that, again, you miss the real-life changes. But, you know, I'm not too nerdy about it. Like, I've seen, you know, people will post about this game and they say it's really good, but it's not accurate enough. It's not historical enough. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not that geeky that I'm not an academic. I'm not playing this for academic purposes especially, you know. But I think some people will refuse to touch the city builder set in whatever era because of it. He doesn't seem to patrol very far, does he? Like, what the hell? I remember the gods patrolling for ages and getting really far, but he got like 2 steps and fell over drunk. That's a nice despawn animation. Also, yeah, the gatehouse can take a path through it. I didn't really talk about that as I did it. I guess because it was old hat to me. Getting my muscle memory and stuff back from years ago. It is funny, you know, I spent a while in my 20s like kind of depressed about this thing where I noticed I was forgetful of stuff. Like I could get really into something, very good at it, have a year's break and come back, and suddenly I've forgotten like loads. And that will happen with almost anything that I get into. You know, any kind of media, any kind of work, any kind of, you know, technical thing, any video game. And I was like, oh, what's the point in all of this if I'm just going to forget it all, you know? And it just all disappears. I really got uptight about it. But I've kind of realized now that you don't ever truly forget stuff. Like, building that gatehouse and just having that road through it, that was pure just muscle memory and whatever for me. The first day I turned this on and thought, oh, I want to LP this, I want to get back into it, I felt like I'd forgotten everything. But it's funny, when you get back in the routine, you'll remember so much. So, like, I also went through a big phase of modding Minecraft recently, and that is, like, ludicrously complicated with all the different Java versions and game versions and launchers and mod loaders, and it's just nuts, right? And a couple of years ago, I had learned that all, like, really well, and I told myself I would make some notes, like on Google Docs, to be sure the next time I come back to it, because I know I'd forget it all. But you kind of, you just pick things up again. It's still there, it's just buried, you know, and it just takes however long to coax it out. So, to be clear about that anecdote, I forgot to make the Minecraft notes. So when I came back to it this year, I was on my own again, but I picked it up so fast. Like, it was just much, much, much easier, and things were familiar, you know? So, I don't know, to put a cap on that story, it's not all bad, you know? There's no reason to be uptight about it, because something deeper down is developing. Because you'll pick it up quicker next time. Like, I've had the same thing with coding before as well. And I don't know, so don't despair, you are sort of developing as a person. And I don't really think I'm uptight about it anymore, having realised that, but, you know. It just took me a little while to realise. And so anyone going through the same thing, you know, hopefully that's a nice little anecdote for you. Okay, I see. He broke a maintenance post. That's why we have a fire there. We're going to stop having to mess around with this boar very soon as our stock goes up. There's really nothing for me to do, by the way, here. I'm just rambling, so I'm going to turn the game speed up. And we're going to keep an eye. So, look, our wine is just totally full.
To be unpleasant. Worship me and find out.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to say nothing but wine. You can accept the wine. So they can start storing that. So we're getting marble, Argosian marble. What is this? Why are you collapsing? I'm guessing the road that the maintenance worker is using for the palace is not long enough. Or something. I don't know. Seems a bit bizarre. Without it, you cannot collect taxes, nor can you muster military forces. The building cannot access the labour pool, it says. So nobody's in it, so it's abandoned. Why can you not access the labour? But that's only because I just placed it down. There you go, it can access the labour pool. So I've made the path longer now. And so you'll see now as well why the road doesn't really matter where it is on this, because depending on your orientation, it's just going to spin anyway. So from this orientation, the path is in the right spot. If I swap to be south-facing, it's not anymore. But so, yeah. I mean, hopefully the longer part road there is good enough. I'm happy to keep rebuilding it, but it's not ideal, is it? Like, hold on. The maintenance man is not going in there. Building slightly damaged. Ah, look, I think the paths... Is the gatehouse locked? The gatehouse keeps good things in and bad things out. Maybe what we need is the maintenance office to be in there with it. So let's break all of that. Let's move this along like so. And then go to military. Gatehouse. Build the gatehouse out here. Walls. Walls. Like so. And then on the inside... maintenance man. I believe in one of the other games, and look, there's even a space for a bit more legitimate beauty, i.e. not monuments. So we'll put some parks in there. I believe in the other games, before some of the walker mechanics were sorted out a bit more, people used gatehouses. There you go. It's nice and sorted now. So he won't go... See how he won't go through the gatehouse? People use them as kind of a primitive form of road blocker. Like, one of the games, everyone in the community is like, I'll play it this way using gatehouses, or that game's equivalent of gatehouses. Even though it wasn't designed for it at all. Like, none of the playtesters, none of the designers, none of them ever used that technique. Alright, you can destroy the taxes. I'm sure people will be very happy with that. Oh, I really want this boar dead. I really want him dead. Okay, let's keep buying marble. Money seems fine. Come on, this whole episode, I didn't really need to do anything. I just needed to speed through this. Trade with Mount Pelion shuts down again. Well, that's dodgy. Please stop breaking my stuff. Okay, and it opens up. This guy's very odd. Hermes refuge complete. Oh, I didn't even think to look at that. There you go. The sanctuary to the messenger of Zeus, Hermes, is finished. That's cool. So this storyline is us. We're going to be building towards Zeus, and we start by doing his messenger, Hermes doing. The quickness that is Hermes' special gift will now be your cities. Deliverymen, trade caravans, and trade ships will move at a quicker pace, and more traders will come to your city every year. The trader increase is insanely good, but think about the supplyman stuff. Obviously, we're not at Thebes anymore, but remember my Thebes setup? How good would Hermes have been there? He wasn't an option, I'm afraid. Oh, Ethiopia launches another invasion. Whoa, but hold on. So our profit is immense now. Sanctuary to Hermes is done. Slay the boar we'll be doing in a second. So, oh, we need some sculpture for the parent city, which we're not producing ourselves. That's so weird. Okay, I'm no longer going to sell wine. Well, I am. I think we can be done before Cassiopeia attacks us. What did they want? 12 sculpture? I'll buy it all at once. No, 8 sculpture. Why do I think it was 12? 8 sculpture, and then the rest can still be wine sales. Obviously, it only has a certain capacity for stuff. I don't know. Let's do that. And let's see. So we get the marble in for the hall. Why are these things breaking? They have a maintenance man, don't they? They're just waiting with the wine. This is not good. Okay, hold on. That's now full. Just do this. And accept the sculpture there to get it off of the pallet. So they'll move and bring the sculptures over.
It doesn't have to be unpleasant. Worship me and find out.
So the invasion's in 6 months. But our stock... So we can see our... no, yeah, this is our stock of stuff, isn't it? Wood, grapes, armor... So marble we got 46, and what did he want? 42? Money's dropping a little, but not too much. Got another one of these. Accept some marble. Just in case, at some point. Come on, Argos, keep giving me marble. Also, we could probably beg again. In 1 month. Oh my god, it's happening so fast. Well, we'll pay him off this time. I'll show you guys what it looks like to pay him off. But Argos, give me marble. Please. I need your marble. Okay, we are going to bribe 1,400 drachmas. It's time to celebrate. So they've gone. And we even get a monument, which is hilarious. Now, you might think, wow, that's really cheating, really easy. Yeah, when you've got the money. But also, next time it happens... They're going to want more money. Okay, we don't need any more sculpture. We've got more than enough now. So stop that. We filled up a whole other thing. In fact, let's accept some sculpture there just to get it off. Okay, Argos gives us the marble. There it is. That's the mission done then. So we have the marble. We have the good appeal. We have the walls. We have the wine. We actually have obscene amounts of wine here now. I don't think I've done justice to Caledon here. I feel quite bad, actually.
Life doesn't have to be unpleasant. Worship me.
Oh, that's Dionysus.
And find out.
Theseus, here we go. There's nothing left to fear now. I'm here. I'll solve all your problems. So here's Theseus.
You have matched me as a ruler. Your city is superb.
Thank you. So he's a weird one in that he's kind of annoying and picky about his haul. But it's all stuff you can do really easily. Appeal, I mean, you're going to have the technology and the resources for appeal. You're going to have the technology and resources for walls in any mission where it's there. But you don't actually need anything, really. For 3 of his objectives, put into the palace, it's essentially free. Surrounded by walls, it's essentially... Like, there's not a long supply chain you have to build or anything. There's not a time gate to it or anything. You're just done with 3 of his objectives straight away. So he has his pros and his cons. I think there's another hero like him as well. Of all the heroes halls, his test and his objective is the one I'm most familiar with. I hate this boar. This boar I really detest. Fuck this boar. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. Where are you going? Hit the ball. He's not over there. He's in my city, killing my people and destroying my infrastructure. Oh, imagine if he went and just killed that little boar there. Yeah, go on, path on over. Oh, that's funny. I would have found it really, really hilarious if he sailed over that tiny little thing there. Kill the boar! There, kill it. No, he's killing my maintenance man. No, go this way. Oh. He's trolling me. If he goes back to his house now, okay. Oh, wow, look, he's getting juked. The boar... What are you doing? Okay, he's going. Oh, we'll just relax, all right? We're only 20 minutes into the episode. This is, after all, what Caledon is named for. Let's set aside the sculpture, because we've done that. All we need to do is kill the boar. So this is going to be our last glimpse at the city here, by the way. There you go, there's Hermes' thing. We'll learn more about him. I know he's got perks and all that kind of stuff, but it's going to just trigger the end as soon as this fight happens, and I want to watch this boar die. It went right off screen here. Yeah, look, you guys can fight it as well. You know, I think it almost would have been better to just throw our rabble at it. And if they die, then just let immigrants come and fill the jobs. Kill him! Kill him now!
A good leader would never provoke trouble.
Yes, and never provoke. I don't like his voice either. Get in there, Theseus. You see this this fight, by the way, this animation? It might remind you a little bit of old 90s TV. I swear to God, there is a dev quote that suggests this game was made because because the lead designer had this is a different area of video game making. You know, it doesn't cost millions and just these insanely huge departments and all these bloated, bureaucratic, massive, flabby companies to do things. They're small strike team dev studios that can make things pretty quick, right? Comparatively, all right? I'm not to diminish anyone's accomplishments or whatever. But in this, they basically say he had insomnia. He ended up watching Xena the Warrior Princess on TV, and kind of thought, all right, let's do a Grease one. Basically, is what it came down to, which I think is amazing. You know, that you can have that ability and that creative expression. So anyway, this animation of this fight reminds me of that TV show as well. Ready? And the whole thing as well, Xenia the Warrior Princess and Hercules and stuff, that's all very 90s UK. There you go, set aside goods has been there. The boar has been slain, he is sailing across, he's styling. Look at that. All these are destroyed. I would love to fix them, but it's just gonna trigger the next thing real quick. So yeah, there was a lot of new content on that one, wasn't there? There was meat, and there was invasions, and bribes. And what it looks like to spam way too much wine because you were too impatient to wait for the initial production. All right, I'm going to teach you guys something. This is an amazing saying. I came up with this, okay, a little while ago. And he's just leaving the city now.
In spite of the many attacks
I'll tell you in a second.
You have built a thriving colony that will ensure that Argos never wants for luscious grapes. The city will also provide sculpture from the centaur outpost of Mount Pelion. And the boar, that was a frequent and unwelcome guest, will forever bear the name of the city and henceforth be known as the Caledonian Boar.
This is weird. I'm not really producing the statues. I just buddied up to Mount Pelion, who are trading them to me, and what, I'm just giving them on? Like, why not just trade with Argos? Surely the scales of economy or whatever make that smarter. I don't know, maybe geography has an impact or something. Who knows? Yeah, alright, I'm going to teach you guys something amazing. This is a real life lesson. You will have never heard this before. Oh god, how does it go? You can't make a baby with 9 women in 1 month. Oh, that's not it, is it? Anyway, look, we've all heard that expression, yeah? We all know that old adage. That's essentially what I was doing here, right? I was trying to put more wineries. But it doesn't matter, you can't put more wineries. The trees will take the length of time that they take to grow. Alright? The only thing that more wineries maybe does is offsets the harvest or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're done with Artemis's revenge.
Poseidon continues his onslaught on Argos and is determined to destroy the city. And word around the Agora is that the god might also enlist the aid of one of his consorts to turn your city to stone. Only Perseus, who is off founding the city of Mycenae, will be able to help you slay this monster. But even this worthy hero won't be able to defeat the creature by himself. He will need some magical items to vanquish this unsightly foe.
Oh, the bottom bit is not voice acted. Some clever herders have discovered how to tame the wild goat. At a dairy, the goat's rich milk can be made into succulent cheese that your citizens find quite tasty. It's, you know, this bottom paragraph here, I always feel like there could be like a research mechanic in the game. You build like a research building and over time it unlocks, I don't know, maybe it's unnecessary. But it feels like they could have codified that into its own thing, right? Because right now, stuff just implicitly unlocks as the missions go along, and even this seems a little bit weird and non-standard. Anyway, alright, so our quest, so we're back to Argos. Poseidon is the villain here. Ultimately, we're going to get Zeus to help us, but we're on a long quest for that. We are setting up for another colony. Now, remember we had a choice of colonies earlier? Well, let's see where that might end up going. And the difficulty of adventures does change based on which colony you pick first. And 2 forthcoming quests, so I don't actually know what we have to do here. So there's a colony monument available. We have a colony. So unlike the other monuments, which you'll get loads of, like happiness monuments and winning the Nemean Games and the Olympics and so on, the colony ones are really rare and quite special. So if you're going to have like a beautiful area in the center of your city with some actually cool, identifiable, unique stuff, I would say the colony monument is what you want to do, because you'll only ever get a couple. I don't know what it is, but there's probably one adventure that has like X amount of colony quests, and that's the most you'll ever get at once. But okay, so welcome back to Argos, a city I am proud of. Poor Calydon, I feel like it didn't go well in the end. But Argos is doing good. We got a good stockpile of money. So Calydon is here. So they're buying armor and they're buying olive oil. Now, I can't remember. We don't produce olive oil, do we? Wait. Oh, yeah, and we've just learned how to make cheese. No, we do produce olive oil. In fact, we produce too many olives, it looks like. Where are our presses? These are our presses. Okay, so first things first, let's get a trading post to Calydon, our colony. And let's sell them all the olive oil. Let's just do it. I keep thinking that's going to go up to 64. It doesn't. We can also import grapes. Interestingly, we can only buy grapes, not wine. And I think buying grapes is probably the right thing to do. Do we want to do it instantly? I mean, I suppose. Essentially, we trade our olive oil for grapes currently, and we get a lot more money for our olive oils than the olive oil than the grapes cost. So we will be in profit by like a long way. But we do need to make sure these presses are working. So let's build some of these up. No, if we're not just rambling at the start of an episode here, we can put the game speed to a nice normal level. So those two, and yeah, I know that they need a road. They'll have one like that. So let's just keep pressing this because we don't want too many. In fact, that's a lot of presses. So it would be interesting to see just on a list how many of each thing we have, you know. Like, so I can strike the balance properly without having to manually track, oh, I made 10 of these, so I need 10 of these. I don't even know if it's 1 for 1. Does 1 Grower's Lodge equate to 1 press? I don't know. Maybe 1 Grower's Lodge fuels 3 presses, in which case that would explain why we have this surplus. Anyway, so let's start selling our oil and buying. This guy's a masonry shop deliveryman. He looks really creepy, to be honest. So what is that? A whip he's holding to whip the bulls, the ox? So then they also say that we've unlocked the ability to goat farm and do dairies. We could just throw it up here with more livestock. Why not? So let's do that there. And that there. And let's make it really nice and symmetrical, shall we? So you're going to be a row on your own. And then there's going to be a gap of 1 for a road. And then there's going to be double. And then we loop that road around. Like that? Is that symmetrical? Oh, no. Oh, God. But then I did also do... Well, whatever. It's not symmetrical, but it's still pretty good. And then we put a maintenance office here. And let's just check, by the way, before I go crazy. 26 workers are needed. It's pretty good, actually. And so let's buy some goats. Oh! Oh, my lord. There's an earthquake. When did the earthquake strike? Cracks in the land. The land has been left cracked and broken by an earthquake. You can bridge a straight crack by placing a road across it, can you? Oh, wow, look at that. I've never seen that. Never played with that at all. That's wild to me. That is super cool. I don't know what we do with that. That worries me. Hold on. Is the story of Argos that it gets destroyed by an earthquake? That would not be very nice. I'm looking forward to that. This would explain why there's another farm on the other side of the river, though. So... place as many as we can here, and it really is a lot. But money should be able to keep up now. So, we have a bit of a problem now, actually. These trading posts. For the purpose of exporting, I'm fine with these trading posts being on the edge of the city. For importing, not so much. I'd rather that they take all the goods straight into... Because we're going to have the one cart problem again now, aren't we? So maybe we just tell one of these guys to grab something. You start grabbing olive oil, because... Oh, well, we've already got some. What about the... What about the grapes? So we have our own wineries, right? Yeah, we do. We have wineries, but we don't have wine trees. There's also a sculptor's studio now. Well, I'm a little bit nervous about this city, actually, because suddenly there's a lot happening here. Oh, this is so nice down here, though, isn't it? Oh, we've done a good job of all this. These guys, it's not appealing enough, right? Well, I can't think of a better place for a colony monument than that beautiful 3x3 slot there. And it's a special monument, and it's right against the road. They'll evolve now, for sure. Fishing is okay, but I do expect Poseidon will get pissed with us again and attack us anytime soon. Now, we have unlocked the magic of water crossings, too. So, we can get on that now. And I'm actually really surprised by how perfect that worked out. You know, it was only this morning I set this city up, but it feels like it was ages ago suddenly. Oh. That's definitely not what we want. If one broke, many more may be to follow. It is only masonry shops, though, so... I'm not going to replace them just yet. But the objective is to get towards Zeus's sanctuary. Look at how big this map is. Oh my god. Oh, I made the mistake of looking at someone's like picture of a city. Not a campaign we've done yet. But it looked so good. It looked so much better than anything I will ever be able to make. Oh my god, look, by the way, I was wrong. That is not a water crossing. What were my words? I bet you anything you like that's going to be a water crossing. Isn't that what I said? Well, I was wrong. That's a water crossing. A cruel twist of fate. Just to mock me in my wrongness. So, I'm creating this because I think the earthquakes are going to screw us up and we're going to need to farm over there. There's going to be a secondary farming area. We could get on it right now. In fact, we could have put those new dairies straight up there. We could have said one thing on the left, the other thing on the right. But whatever. All right, let me be very clear here. I need marble for a colony, and that's just going to build easily. We've already got that done. Olive oil, that's already done. It just says fulfill a forthcoming quest. So in the meantime, I guess we can do...
I'm Hermes. Worship me, and some of your citizens will taste my speed.
a sanctuary. And I want Hermes. Hermes is really good, and we didn't get to play with him properly a minute ago. So let's play with Hermes. And let's put him right here on this housing estate. Must build on cleared land. Oh, no. Oh my god, why did he start with torches? That's odd. We didn't see that before. With our artisans, this project will never get underway. That's fine, we can do some artisans. Let's check our employment. So, because we haven't done a housing block in a while, there's still 180 people unemployed. Oh, this is easy mode right now. This is so much easier than Caledon. Well, how can I fight without my spear? I'm going to put a bit of park, because I used to do this as well. I'm going to give him a bench, and I'm going to put some park there. And why am I doing that? WP, that's not efficient. That isn't to the benefit of the game mechanics. It's because it's pretty, okay? It's because I like to do a little thing like that. Alright, because I don't know what I'm going to use with that space. We can't fish there. We might eventually be able to put a pier there. That looks like it might be pierable. So, at that point, I might remove that. Don't worry. But for now, I think that's a good idea. What other kind of housing block? Do we want to do another housing block? It would be cool, wouldn't it? But is it going to be too many mouths to feed? What's wrong with you guys? They need food. Don't tell me we're having a food issue. Oh, and I never mentioned this, okay? I thought it was the coolest thing ever while editing that the entrance to this city is not some random-ass spindly road out in the middle of nowhere. It's this. You enter the city in an Agora. You know, that's like something out of a high fantasy novel or something, you know, like... and don't forget, this is like a city-state. This is a nation. You enter through the food market. I think that is brilliant. You know, we have used that pixel for a food Agora. Right, now, speaking of all of that. Do you know what I don't understand for a second? Yeah, okay. So she's buying food. That blows my mind, actually. So it feels like food is a problem. Let's see here. Stored food for 3 months. Population is not shrinking. We have food to support 5,960 people. So what are you doing? Why are you not feeding the people? You just being lazy? Maybe everyone will move faster once we get this guy set up. And therefore that will be okay. So the industrial district's a little bit cramped here. I'm beginning to think these olive trees were not a good idea. Look, they're not actually tending to these bottom ones. Oh, no, I say that. They're going to do it now. But, you know, living within the constraints is often what's fun with this game. So let's go over here. And let's make a sculptor studio. So we have never seen one of these. These will take bronze. I'm going to make 2. These will take bronze and build sculptures. It's as simple as that. Here's a guy, he's just waiting around. Here, bronze is melted and poured into molds to make gorgeous sculptures. We don't have our own bronze production. But in theory, what's the idea? We're just meant to buy the sculptures directly? So maybe I should shut that industry down, because not only is there no bronze here, there's no bronze anywhere. We got a gift of it somehow from someone. So maybe they can just use what little bronze we have for now. In the meantime, these guys are buying sculptures. We did tell them that, didn't we? No, we told them to buy grapes. We got to tell them to buy it all, really. Okay, so let's buy 6 sculptures. And here's what I'm interested in. Oh, look at how cool that is. We can trade with that. This answers my question a second ago. We can trade with Caledon. But Mount Pelion is too far. It's too remote for us. Our people don't know about it. We have no trade network set up. So it exists. The Caledonians know it exists. And they have some access. But we do not. So that's why we bounce the commodity through one of our colonies. That's a nice little touch, isn't it? So we're getting statues here from many miles away. They're thrown out of their homes. Why are they thrown out? It's just food. Well, we're supplementing our food now with cheese. There is cheese development happening. And I will say not a short amount either. A considerable amount.
Serve me well and fulfill this quest. Your rewards will be many.
Okay, so quests. I don't think we've ever just straight up had a quest. This is the first one of these we've seen. Everything we've done so far has been through heroes' halls or the construction of sanctuaries. But here, this quest, the Mirror Shield. Serve me well, your rewards will be many. In my wisdom, I, Athena. I like the way it says to Potatoes, like this is a totally bog standard letter, but it's written by a god. In my wisdom, I, Athena, have decided to offer Perseus my mirror shield, which perfectly reflects any image. Send Perseus to get it. The hero will know exactly what to do with it when the time comes. Okay, so it's going to be Perseus's hall, isn't it? Of course. Alright, I just bigged that up like that was going to be something so much better, but it's just a slight tweak on another hero's hall. Alright, to retrieve the mirror shield, you may build a hall for the famed Perseus. Again, I'm sure if I was an ancient Greek geek... Oh, the mirror shield? Oh my god, whoa, 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 I remember... And I could talk to you guys all about that, but, you know. I can't at the moment. Perseus. It's a pretty ugly place for your hall, but whatever. Okay, now this is starting to make some sense. He wants a sanctuary to Athena and Hermes, and 6 pieces of sculpture. All of this kind of resolves on its own in the same way. We just buy sculptures. Sculptures does all of this. So, you wanted Athena, was it? I want to make an elite housing block. So do it, WP. Make an elite housing block. Follow your dreams. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make an elite housing block. I guess it comes out over here. But not on the farms. But they probably eventually do want... Well, there's farms enough. We can rear horses in all this territory here, so that's fine. I guess the first thing to do... So if there's going to be stables here, there's going to be an Agora somewhere around here. So then the houses will be here. So the Arbor of Athena will be here-ish. I want to keep it somewhat near the mountains. We need more marble. Oh, okay. I'm going to put a little bit of road there. Okay, so there is a reason to keep this industry going. Masonry shop. Because... And we were selling a lot of our marble as well, weren't we? Or something? Do we want to keep buying grapes for the wineries? I guess so. Money is stable. It's not actually... I mean, any economy shifts might be a little bit weird. And our fleece doesn't sell for that much anymore, as we know. So there's some marble there. These guys are still working away. They probably want a bit of wood. Yeah, they do. So can we chop down our own wood here? No. We're going to have to buy wood as well. So we'll buy wood from these guys. Oh, we're really in it now. I got a very weird moment there where I was just like, oh, we can't buy it from here, but we can buy it from here. That's a little... beat with the game that I've experienced a great many times. So I'm going to cut the fleece sails because I want wood. I want the space for wood there. We need more storage too. So let's say you here, you're going to be a wine storage. Sorry, not wine. You're going to be grape storage. Oh, but I don't want that all the way over there because it's supposed to go into the wineries. Wait, did I not build any wineries? We just built a bunch of olive presses. We've got so many olive presses. It's obscene. Okay, we didn't build any wineries. So, let's continue the industry down here. Maintenance office. Winery. Now, we're only buying some grapes, so I don't know how many really we need out of that. Probably not that many. soon as food stabilizes, I'll upgrade these by distributing the olive oil. In fact, you know what we can do? We can do 1 olive oil. Let's do it. Where's our one with the internal Agora? This one. So this central ring, they're going to upgrade a lot now. Because the olive oil guy is going to go and sort them out. He's going to take it out of these platforms. He's got plenty of supply. They'll upgrade. That means we will get the workers we need because we are starting to drop. If we click houses up here, not houses, industry, I was just in the wrong tab. We need 180 workers. We will get that. No questions asked. So here comes cheese. And these these guys are straight from the dairies on the other side of the goddamn planet. They are moving through the whole city just to get to these granaries. But good, fill them up, because when I want, like these ones that are struggling a little bit, it has to be that when she gets there, it's a full supply. Like, I don't want to take in one fish and say, no, they had, and going back. No, no, no. Take the fish, take the cheese, take the meat, take everything you can. Not that we have meat. That would be nice to buy from Caledon. That's very clever, actually. I like the way the devs have done some of this stuff, you know? Like, they give you meat on the mission with Caledon because they know that it's going to be the Caledon boar there, and it just sort of makes sense. So there you go. So they're taking some of the grapes, so that's opening up. So hopefully we can get some more sculptures, because sculptures are what these guys are waiting on, I think. Well, and wood. They're not going to be able to buy any wood until this fleece is gone. So how does this work? Like, if I want to just get rid of this fleece, if I say not selling, will they start to get rid of it? I mean, I do want to sell it to you, don't get me wrong. But what I would like most is some wood. And let's take stock over here as well. So we've got masonry we have going, sculpture studios we have olive presses and wineries, plenty of. We have granaries, the Agora. We haven't put a grand Agora or anything down. By the way, you don't need a grand Agora. You can do 2 common Agoras if you like. And you can even do other weird setups where there's like 3 or 4 common Agoras. Maintenance officers. We don't have watch posts in this city, right? We never actually put any guards around. I don't really think there's too much space to expand these, though, at this point. There you go, look at that. So this is really nice. I love the Agora thing, because you can kind of set everything up, and then you can say, okay, I'm ready to go to the next tier. And you can do it modularly. In fact, to be honest, guys, this was the best one to give oil to, because first, it's really pretty, but it's super stable. And, you know, we can put extra houses around there, actually. And it's not too many, so if we do have food issues, like, I'm just scared of Poseidon being about to attack us, right? If we do end up with food issues, it's not going to stress it that much. I'm going to build dairy farms up here, screw it, because I'm not quite sure what else to do while we wait for a minute here. So let's do this. Let's do this, I suppose. I don't know. And then let's say, okay, I'll be part of this world. It's a little, No Country for Old Men reference for you. The end of Tommy Lee Jones's speech right at the start of the movie. I love that movie. I got super weirdly, like oddly into that movie this autumn, and I watched it like, oh, it was like comfort food. I like had it on in the background, just watching like Llewellyn hunting deer. It's just such an immersive, amazing movie. It's an excellent movie if you want to learn about like diegesis in sound design for film. Watch No Country for Old Men, because it proves you can have an incredibly great action film with no music, basically. There's a couple of like tiny moments with vibey ambient music, but it's almost deathly silent, and some of the most riveting, incredible action sequences, like one of the motel shootouts, are in that film, and there's just absolutely no patronizing you, no crazy music in it. It's fantastic. And I do maintain that is an excellent action movie. Everything about that film is structured like any action movie would, for the big, perfect, incredible showdown at the end. And then obviously it's a movie that gets very arty and does things very different. And I won't talk any further about it, I guess. Check it out. Don't read about it. If you're going to watch that movie, don't read about it, just watch it. It's true art, that film. It's one of my favourite films of all time. But anyway, the audio is what I was getting at. Okay, why is Potatoes, you are unable to accept my grapes? Sorry. Oh, Caledon's giving us a tribute of grapes. We don't even need to buy it. So, what we should do is we should have grape storage up by the wineries. Where are the wineries again? It's getting too big for me. Here we go.
My dearest, worship me.
There's no
and
problem
I'll
with that,
make your
right?
soldiers find
Same
great
as what we did
strength.
with the olives. You can accept grapes, but never anything else. I don't want to see wine in here. If there's wine in here, we're going to have problems. You need to take that wine all the way to the elite houses later. For now, you can put it in one of these. That one's bronze. That one wants wine, yeah. So you can go and do that with the wine for now. So there you go. So they'll have a little bit more there. Now, how's our population working? Oh, this is crazy. I've never been so relaxed LPing. I'm like proper laying back. I'm like tilted to the side, barely looking at the mic. Holy crap. Okay, we can support 7,000 people. Food should be fine. I mean, I don't know why I'm shitting myself about food. When, to be honest, I don't know why they're struggling. I just don't know. Anyway, I also should have put some goats down for them, because they're going to go across the whole map. Also, okay, so I put goats down there, right? We have no access to them, right? So what does that mean? Are we screwed forever? Like, what is the point of this? Oh, no, there is a way up to that land. Well, I'll keep them here. I'll keep them on peak A, and I'll leave them. I won't put anything on peak B. But I'm curious about this. Can he worm his way through that, maybe? But even then, he's still too high. Do you know what I honestly think? I think what we should do here, because this is crazy. I think what we should do is go industry. Stop making cheese. Okay, whatever you're doing, stop it. Please stop.
These goats won't milk themselves.
Go home.
They did. I've come from the underworld to send you on a crucial quest.
Wow, Hades sounds very weird there. Hades is great in the other game. Oh, he's such a cool character. Yeah, and then I'm going to re-enable it, and hopefully they'll decide to go elsewhere. I don't know whether they'll work. Anyway, Hades is speaking for the first time. All the biggest characters, Poseidon, Hades, and Zeus, they're all here. I've come from the underworld to send you on a crucial quest. Sorry you never got your own expansion, my man. If Perseus is going to save your city from a coming scourge, the hero is going to need my helmet of invisibility. I, Hades, will gladly relinquish it if Perseus comes to retrieve it personally. So, let's turn cheese back on and see what they do. I don't know whether that works. They're still just wandering all over. They don't care. They don't care about my orders from on high. So Perseus can fulfill both quests. He can do the Helmet of Invisibility and the Mirror Shield. Do you know what? This feels a little bit like Arena. I honestly think, was Arena the last LP I did in this style? Like start to finish? Because, you know, Arena was like 14 times in a row. Go get the X of Y. Go get the A of B over and over and over. Anyway, set aside the olive oil. We're done with that. So the marble is 48 in stock. We could set it aside straight away, or we can keep spamming up Hermes' thing, which I think I'd rather do. Because he'll speed everything else up, so it's just smarter to do things in that order. Looks like they have a statue, but nowhere to put it. So, is there not a statue storehouse here? Now, I very nearly just messed up royally there. By believing I had a maintenance man. Whoopsie. Oh no, I'm going to need to see where that is. That's the scariest notification in the game. Easily. And if it's like a storehouse, it's just the worst thing in the world. A building collapsed. Okay, 2 olive presses collapsed. Yeah, I think we just never really had enough maintenance workers here for our terrible, layout here. Mycenae discovered. Greetings. Explorers have returned to exploits. Chosians buying more fleece again. Fleece specifically from my city. It's amazing how quickly you go through it. You know what? It's really good that you like fleece from my city. I'm very proud of that fact. Okay, olive press. 1, 2. So a new trading post, I guess. Like all this trade, all of it going faster. Hermes might be like the best god. Oh, but I can't trade with them. They're not trading partners, it seems. But let's have a look at where they are. Mycenae. Very close. No information about them yet, I guess. So there you go. So we got wood coming in. So that wood hopefully will be useful for the construction of the sanctuary. Whoa, do you know what's really creepy? I just thought, oh, I should check the timestamp and see how long this episode's getting. And I glanced at the time, and it was 7 seconds past an hour. Isn't that creepy? Like, just the innate... I'm not bragging. I think humans just have this weird, like, understanding of time. You know, I think a lot of animals do as well. Like, a dog will... If you feed a dog every day at 5 o'clock, you will know at 5 o'clock. The dog will be, like, begging you for that food. He doesn't know how to read a clock or anything. He doesn't have any understanding of, like, scheduling or anything like that. But he knows when it's 5 o'clock. They just have this sense, you know? I think it's really interesting. It's kind of like you hear about people who are illiterate. They cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot conceptualize words or language in any advanced capacity at all. They can't think of it in terms of letters, they can't think of the logic of how language is constructed in terms of verbs and nouns and pronouns and stuff. They don't know anything. And yet they can speak and communicate. Like, it still works in their head, they just have no way of articulating it or grasping at it. It's like alien to them, but they can do it. And I think that's the same for, like, animals that understand time even though they can't read the time or see a clock. And in fact, a lot of people don't, you know, even humans don't learn to read the time, but they'll still have a sense of timing. Speaking of that dog thing as well, there's this tip that I saw on Reddit, which is quite interesting. If you're someone who takes a lot of medication and you sometimes forget, what you can do is tie your schedule of taking your meds to when you feed your pets, and your pets will always want their food. So they themselves will remind you to have your pills or whatever. Which I don't know what to think about that. That's kind of good, obviously, as a practical tip. On the other side, you know, an animal is doing that better than you. I don't know what to say at that point, but, you know. There you go. Cool, we got the reef, and now it's just going to be statues. So they'll be sorted. I'm not really doing much. I'm sorry, guys. It's because I want to do the elite housing. I mean, we can lay it out already, or why am I waiting so long to lay it out? So here's what I want to do with this elite housing. Oh, I bet this doesn't work. There's a lot of different things we could do with elite housing. I'm going to go with a technique that I think will be smartest for now. Alright? So I'm going to do a long road. I don't know how many pieces long. But what I'm going to do, guys...
Dearest, worship me, and I'll make your soldiers find great strength.
Is I'm going to put a bend at the bottom of the road. And this bend will be our Grand Agora. I think like that is what we want to do. So have the Grand Agora there. Now here's the funny thing about this housing. They don't actually need that much stuff. They don't need water, for example, and they don't need an infirmary. Now, why is that? I don't know. That's an avenue. We want a boulevard. Okay, here's how we remember this, okay? B, binary, 2. So, you'll get both sides. 2 sides with a boulevard. This can probably be longer. So they don't need an infirmary. They don't need water. They do need maintenance. So maybe we put maintenance there. And if I put like food, fleece, let's put that there, and oil. The people will fetch the stuff, right? As long as it's near to them. I mean, nothing is near to them, so that's a bit unfortunate. Well, okay, well, we'll give them a granary and 2 storehouses. This one is an olive oil storehouse. I'm going to tell you to get it, not just accept it. We actively need to get it. And this one is a fleece storehouse, and I need you to get it. This can be any food, but let's get some... Rich people eat cheese. Well, let's get both and just see what fills up, shall we? So these employees will go out and deal with that now. And then we have to have stables. We don't have the technology for stables. I don't know whether we ever will. Oh, and wine as well. This needs to be a wine storehouse. And again, you need to actively go and get wine. Okay, so see, we've got distribution for them. Up to the Agora. And then... So to place the houses down, they need quite high appeal, but we get that dealt with from this. I think just 1 gap is enough. So how greedy do I be with this? Should I be... Oh, wait, hold on. I think that's not right. I think we want that. Like that. See, it's so much better to be able to do this straight away and place them down, unlike in that other episode, if you remember, where I couldn't even. So we'll extend this just a couple more along, so that the boulevard finishes. I think what I'm showing you is a real design here. It's probably not going to be perfect. We need more appeal, but that's fine. So then I'm going to cap it with, I don't know, parks? I guess? You're still not happy with those parks. Surely you are now. That's baffling. There's parks all around there, bro. What do you want from me? Oh, Hermes' refuge is complete. Okay, let's look at this. They need culture and stuff as well, and I think we're going to squeeze the culture in on that corner there. So, for example, a theatre? Oh, see, so that's not right. We're not going to want him there if that's not going to work. Oh, unless... What do you think? Like that? And then maintenance office there. Well, no, that's now a bit... Ah, hold on. What if we move this whole row up? So you go there, 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 there. Now the parks won't be good. I'm a little bit insecure about the building parts of these episodes. I hope that they're really cathartic to play. It's Mycenae Blossom, so we'll be able to see what they sell and stuff now. Very peaceful, this city. And then we're going to put one there. If it doesn't let me, we'll deal with that later. But so now... I can... So we just want culture for them. They're really going to want culture. Oh, okay. So, we only need small culture. So, like, you could put a gymnasium at the end there, I think. And it's 3x3. And that's fine. They don't care about much more. Now, a podium, we can squeeze in, like, here, maybe? And the college... We can squeeze a college in as well, maybe. See, if I have a college at the end... Because, okay, basically the idea here is... This is a long line anyway. So, thank you for the grapes. I'm going to turn the speed down here because I'm actually getting a weird sort of anxiety from this now. Alright, I'm going to try and... Let's get as cool as that looks. And as cool as that looks. First things first, we need to get these last houses in and decide whether this is actually enough houses. So... Let's say parks are going up there. Parks are going up there. And yeah, I get it. This row is offset. And then parks can come along the back of the house. And we can do 2 if you guys really want them. Just to place you down. That's just wild that that's not even a high enough appeal area. Anyway, I can see from the map there, though, that that's not going to be enough. So we'll come along. Boulevard. Seems the boulevard is doing a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the beauty of this area. That's too far out, whatever. We've wasted a bit of money. And we don't actually have that much money, so I'm a little bit nervous. I'm jumping the gun here. But I think what you can do, right, is just have a drama school. Because drama schools are small. Have a drama school at the end.
Mate, could we halt some of the spinning, please? The spinning is really making me ill here.
And then have a... I like that, the spinning thing. They're not actually there yet, but clearly that's what we're talking about. You could do a podium there. And then the gymnasium. So there they have 3 culture. And it's all pretty condensed up there. I don't know. It's reasonably well done. So we can go park along there. And then parks down there. Parks there, I guess, whatever. So I think that's something. They do want a stadium, of course. And we do have a stadium now. But again, I kind of want the stadium... I like the idea of the stadium somewhere around here. I don't know. Put that there. It'd be really cool if the athletes... Well, maybe that's a bad idea. We need athletes to be, like, central. We need athletes near to all of our housing people. I don't know. I guess let's keep it there then, actually. So that's extra culture now that... Oh dear, everyone's devolving. Food issues? It might be food. It might be food because I asked these granaries to get filled up. No? Doesn't look like it. Not sure. Alright, so let's check out Hermes now. This sanctuary is understaffed. There aren't enough priests to conduct sacrifices. Hermes will fulfill a request for supplies on your behalf. When Hermes refuge is in the city's deliverymen, inspired by his speed, move quicker. Traders too are speedier, and more of them come to your city. If Hermes hears your prayer, he will fulfill an outstanding request upon your city. So I think if someone has asked, can you please give us something? I can say, okay, Hermes, do it, and he'll do it. So we don't need to pray to him for now because we don't have any outstanding requests. We have those big quests, not requests, just straight up quests, but those I don't think count. So everyone's devolved. They all want more culture here. Does that have anything to do with the other thing that I just built? By the way, do we have fish ponds now? We do! Oh, ready? Oh, that's so good, isn't it? That is excellent. Wow. Most satisfying thing I ever did in a video game. That was not planned either. Look how perfectly this block ended up resulting with that in the middle. Well, look, you should have culture. Look, there's a goddamn stadium here. It needs competitors from a gymnasium. And the gymnasiums are too far away because it's such a weird, wacky, waving inflatable arm tube man thing. Alright, let's kill it then. And let's put it over here. And we'll see whether our Richies are upset that they don't have a gymnasium near them or not later. But let's say culture and throw him... Oh, it does go there. I was going to say, I don't want to delete the trees if I don't have to. So voila. Now that is central enough to the city. I know there's not technically a path here, but that is central enough to the city that as far as I'm concerned, any gyms... Well, no, we don't have any gyms. That's the thing. We never made any gyms. That's beginning to make some sense to me. So we can put a gym there. Well, gyms are walkers. So we kind of want one per square. See how we're having expandability issues with these blocks? I wonder what the way is to do it that...
My dearest, worship me, and I'll make your soldiers find
Like,
great
I don't want to
strength.
kick people out of their homes, but this is what we're doing, you know? Thrown out of my home. I think that instead of these guys with the bindles, they should look like the full families, you know, when they're leaving on their own, off their own volition, just to really drive at home what a scumbag you are for kicking them out. Okay. So, like, that shack, look, if it's devolved anyway, piss off. Culture, gymnasium, go. Right. So, now that that's finished, we should be getting a stockpile of marble again. So if I go to the pot, I think it will just show me. We have 68 marble, so that's good. So I have not left any space for my idea of the god visiting this neighborhood. Just didn't do it. Just plumb forgot. So fine. No, not fine. I want to do it. Okay, this is definitely about to break. But I'm ready for the consequences. We're gonna do another turn at the end. And we're gonna say gymnasium, college, drama school. And then we're going to say, for mythology, the Arbor of Athena, there. With a road. With a road block. And here's the real trick. Down here, we're going to have a theatre. This means someone's going to be roaming around here. And a podium. So there you go, we have all the one-time walkers. They'll come down, they'll give them the culture. Right? This has to be open for the gymnasium. So there you go. And then the artisans will come and they'll build this. I'm scared of being near the water because I feel like Poseidon's going to go mental at us or something. I have no idea if this is going to work. It would be great if it did.
Please let me fulfill an outstanding request.
Okay. Oh dear. Ethiopia. Oh, screw you, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the villain of this, clearly. You inferior lout. Send 8 jugs of olive oil to me at Ethiopia in 12 months. I am the all-powerful Cassiopeia, and I could just come into your city and take them if I wanted to, so you might as well send them. And Hermes says, okay, well, look, please let me do it. I wouldn't dream of letting you touch the goods stored in your granaries and storehouses. So, okay. Hermes has heard your prayer. But there are no outstanding requests. He might fulfill your prayer later. Oh, so he did it automatically. Okay, thank you. Thank you for just doing that instantly. That's really lovely of you. I want to see him walking around. Where is he? I remember he has a very striking visage with his sandals. I think he's like yellow. You can see his sandals. Maybe he's got those goofy things above his ear, you know, that looks like wings above his ears. I don't know. Right, what else we got here? So just marble, 40 in stock, but that's all going to be going up to the Arbor. And then Perseus wants the Arbor of Athena to be, the sanctuary to Athena to be done as well. And then, oh, money. Money looks like it's not going very well right now. What is going on? What is your problem? Needs more culture. Look at all the culture you've got. You've got this gym. You don't have the gym. The gym is leaving in the wrong direction, so I'm going to put another thing there. Okay. Okay. Oh my lord. Look at this. Oh yeah. Okay. You guys don't have a theatre, so you're just leaving in droves, are you? Definitely something messed up weirdly, didn't it, when I put some culture down. It feels like it really changed things. So let's start selling the fleece again, because we need money. I don't know whether like your pity donation from your friends is resets each mission or not. I mean, like, if we go into debt and then they bail us out. I don't know how that works. How come some of them are going the other way? Like, where have you been evicted from that you're walking down through the village? Sorry to anyone who got hurt by that earthquake before. So they have fish to eat. Here you go, look at this. Look at this mason man walking up through the rich village. I want to beautify it, but also I'm nervous about money. And since they're not asking for a peel just yet, but that costs us 260 to do that. Do we get money back from this? No, it actually costs me to delete. It costs you to delete and fix your mistakes, so that's pretty rough. But we got an influx because I think we were selling this. Now, just to verify, before money starts getting really out of control, these guys also buy olive oil. And are we selling olive oil? We are selling olive oil. We're buying grapes and sculpture from them. We're selling olive oil. Really? I would love another trading thing. So, well done, Caledon. You're so useful, it's unreal. These guys buy marble and fleece. Now, we do have marble, but it's not really for sale. I'm sorry. Ethiopia. Now, what about Mycenae? Because you're new, aren't you? Mycenae buys cheese and fleece. And they sell wood. Mycenae. My man, eh? Okay, this is really good. Mycenae. You can have the fleece. You can have the... Oh, cheese. Yes, you can have cheese. Of course you can have cheese. We have enough food for 9,000 people. If these idiots aren't collecting it somehow, how is that on me? You didn't turn the sea well enough. Alright, fine. But there's a lot of food here, so let's sell it. Okay, that will deal with any money issues we may have. Little bit of wine production going. And they'll be moving that. I think what now... Oh. So, they don't have space for any more marble, it seems. Yeah, marble is full. So, I will get them to start moving the marble. So, who needs the marble, though? The guys or the workshop? I think it's just the workshops that need the marble. Marble seems to have a habit of filling up real fast, eh? So, accept. Accept. And accept. Okay, now I'm going to speed it up. And let's see what we've got. Ethiopia regards me more highly. That's great. So, Ethiopia, would you like a gift of fleece? Because I have loads of it. And I want you to be my friend. I don't want you to attack me. Can you be nice? Give a gift. Look, I'm a nice guy. 16 fleece. Let's be friends. If you attack me now again while Hermes is... Or beg for stuff from me again while Hermes is on cooldown, I'll be very disappointed. We don't really need the item, but thanks all the same. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. People want maintenance, don't they? I'm so bad at the maintenance stuff. You guys seen this? Okay, that was the college. And that's fine. So let's see how culture is doing. See all culture. These guys have got good culture. They've got competitors. They've got actors. They've got philosophers. No, they don't have philosophers. This guy's had a philosopher. But I guess the others haven't because the place broke.
If you worship me, my beloved hound will watch over your city.
Oh, his beloved hound. Yeah, Hades and his hound. Cerberus. Very good. Okay, so let's super speed again.
You have made me your enemy, and I shall make the sea your enemy too.
Damn it, Poseidon. I was like, I just hit the super speed. It'll be completely inhospitable to you and swallow up anything that depends on it, whether it be a humble... Yeah, okay, I get it. And he's going to break a couple of things, but we'll wait for his attack to be over before we move on with that. Let's keep going. Money is good. We're up to 4,000. Tribute of grapes, 5,000. Oh, look at the money flowing in.
My beloved hound will watch.
All right, we got more than enough cash now. All right, what's your problem? You need more culture. All right, my idea hasn't worked, has it? There's nobody at this podium. There's only 2 employees, though. So maybe that's the issue. Like, the theatre is working. They're going to sort the theatre out.
Can we hold some of the spinning, please?
Can we hold some of the spinning, please? The spinning, it's making me very ill. The spinning. Please, no, with the spinning. Oh, this game's making me go mad. Alright, okay, so out of curiosity, I just googled this. Obviously, at the theatre, the animation of the theatre has a spinning person with the angel wings up in the ceiling. And the voice cue is, I guess, obviously directly referencing that. But I was wondering if there was like a super reference going on. Maybe there's some quote from an actor years ago who famously said that. Googling it, I can't see anything though. But I think that would be very funny if there was like some outtake or something, or some, you know, enraged actor behind the scene going mad because he had too much spinning to do. But yeah, no dice. I can't see anything if it is true. Hopefully that will be a little bit better. Should we do another housing block? Just to offset the fact... No. Don't be ridiculous. Oh. Of course. You didn't give it a maintenance thing. I never liked that anyway. When I was building that, I was thinking to myself, I don't like that. Let's put a house there. That's going to be a bunch of people just because it will evolve really well. I want the stadium, like, up here. And since we've got a random culture area, like this weird hybrid culture section of the city here, I don't see why we shouldn't do that. Let's kill that as well, so he's got a nice tight patrol. And, yeah, competitors should definitely come out of this. Go fuel that. The townhouses should be good as well, as long as that exists. But the townhouses devolved because it just broke, but it will fix again now. Now, what was I thinking? Oh, yeah, okay, and then so we'll go oil. There is a lot of oil in the city nowadays. So let's upgrade this oil. So this Agora, this entry Agora is finished now. It would be so busy. Look at this though. You get water, you get food, you get a hospital. It's all right there, available for you as soon as you enter. So Poseidon is gone. Time for our annual rebuilding of fisheries. I also don't know if we, you know, like we've got a lot of money here. If we leave now to do a colony and come back, do we go back to 0 money or do we log in to our 10,000? So go on, fill that podium up. Give people their lectures. The other way I could do it, since we do have all this space here. Look at this though, this is going to be so good for these rich people because they're going to have everything. They got all the wine. I mean, we can start distributing the wine straight away as well. I don't think it will actually... Like, it will just move the wine into the houses ready for when we upgrade them further. The cheese looks really good when it's being sold. Look at how good that looks. I do enjoy that. Okay, I've gotta stop just admiring the city. Alright, speed up. I don't think there's any other jobs to do just yet. Build. Build the Arbor of Athena. Sea trade resumes. Thank you for getting bored, Poseidon. Oh, the Caledonian boar menaces Caledon. You're quaking in your sandals. Yeah, but hold on. And now we need Theseus's hall for these guys. For here. The problem is, dude, that I got you everything you need for that. I already dealt with it for you. What is the matter with you? Okay. Well, thankfully, this will be a piece of piss here for us. Because I have a lot of space. So we'll do that. And this will actually look really cool as well. So I'm actually really excited to build this. Here you go. So, Theseus. And you. Let's get rid of you. I'm going to put Perseus on the other side. And then what we'll do is we'll have a happiness monument there. Oh god, we only have one happiness monument. We will have a road in front of them. like that. We will have the maintenance house, which I think is slightly low appeal over there. And then we will we'll pull the wall out a bit further, and we'll do double walls. I like double walls, and we have the money now. With so much money, it's making me think that our stock of other things is probably going down. Let's see, look at this. Look at how good this is. That might be too long or too short, I don't know. We'll establish that in a second. Oh yeah, and when you do, yeah, let's take the corners out, because you get that interesting effect. I say interesting, it's actually really quite ugly, but, you know. Wall. There. Do you know what would be cool in this game as well? Because I can hear a dog barking in real life. If people ended up with pets, wouldn't that be cool? So then we'll have a path coming out here with a gatehouse. Now, I think the path needs to already be established. There you go. So he's basically, I mean, look at that. We've instantly got him done. Now, how can we make that look really good? Well, we can have an avenue, which actually kind of is uglier than the nice paved thing, weirdly enough. So we can put an avenue there as well. And then, I noticed while editing, there was some very weird behavior with the avenues before. Now, I don't think I've ever put a gazebo down. Do you guys want to see a gazebo? Well, he doesn't need anything else, but there you go. So, it's really simple there. So, send for Theseus. He'll arrive. We can dispatch that to Calydon. Deal with that for him. Wouldn't it be nice when we were the colony if we could have sent off to just get a hero come and help us? Crazy. So that's that finished. I'm looking at the time. This is the longest episode yet. But we're so close to being done. We're so close. So let's speed this up. Tribute paid by Calydon. Greetings by Zeus.
More joy than any other god.
The Calydon boar menaces us. It's even more frightening than legend reports. Please send your forces. Yeah, I know. Theseus arrives. Okay, there we go. So, what is it you want me to do? You want me to... Wait, how do we do this? I forget what the UI was. I believe we go to world map, Calydon. Fulfill the city's request. Troops, Theseus, dispatch. So they're happy. Athena's arbor might be waiting for statues. Or six sculptures. So let's look at how many sculptures we have in the city. We only have 2, so let's go buy them. Because I believe we stopped importing it when money was a problem. No, we didn't stop importing. It's just there's too much olive oil, so we're no longer going to sell the olive oil because we've got to empty that out so that we can get more statues. Oh, well... Yeah, I mean, we want more than that. Okay, so go. So I'm going to watch for the statues to come in. You demand olive oil. Okay, I'll give it to you because we've got loads. Hopefully it takes it off the trading platform. There you go. Okay, another statue, another statue. I think that's fine now. Calydon regards us more highly. Ethiopia regards us more highly. Whoopsie. There's the statues coming in. Hades says hello. The culture is fixed there. Victorious warriors return. Athena is nearly done. Calydon loves us. More grapes. What do you want? Oh, we're done. Oh, it literally finished right as I clicked. There you go. Actually, I managed to preempt it. You've drawn the great Athena, goddess of warriors, crafts, and wisdom to your city by honoring her with a sanctuary. Inspired by her very presence, your city soldiers have grown stronger. Grove of olive trees. We saw this before. Excellent. Let's turn this down because I don't like being on super speed too much. It's just when, you know, we're done, we just need to have the city finish up. So, Athena will make the gift of olives, blah, blah, blah. But the thing that we really wanted with Athena, and we will admire this on the next part, I promise, but what we really wanted was now that we have that, and then we need 6 more sculpture, so buying. 3 sculpture.
If you,
yeah, hello Hades.
my beloved hound, will watch.
Come on, tell me some more sculptures, please. What's going on with this? Are you not accepting anything? You're accepting grapes. I'm going to tell you to get sculptures, so that it opens the platform up, so that we actually buy more. There's 5 sculptures. Oh, there you go. Gift of sculpture from Caledon. 9? Oh, what a brilliant man. That's it. Yes, I'll take that. So next month we get the sculptures. Accept the sculptures. Maybe we actually need even more. Maybe we need 2. I'm not looking at my employment at all here. That'll be an issue for another day. So there you go. So send for Perseus. Perseus is needed to acquire Athena's mirror shield. And so next time we're basically done with this chapter. We'll get the lore and stuff on the next one. So we've set aside the marble. Excellent. We have Perseus. Perseus has got the 2 quests to go on. I don't want to rush through those and go sloppy and slow with the story or whatever. But yeah, we're done with this chapter, and we've caught up now. So we were a bit behind, but we're here now. And the next part, I'll just give you guys a little spoiler. The next episode, because it's only going to be a couple of minutes at the start that we're still here at Argos, we're going to be doing the other colony. And what I'm also going to do between episodes here, because it's getting late in the evening for me now, I think tonight what I'll do is I will look up some really cool setup, or like a very clear setup for a housing block or something. There'll be some cool new thing that we can do. And of course we'll have the terrain and different commodities and stuff to look at there as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If the next colony mission is anything like the last, it's going to be brutal. But time will tell. Take care, and again, thank you. Much appreciated. See you next time, guys.
I'm as vigilant as Argos guarding Io. No wolf is going to get my goat.
It's interesting. That dialogue suggests that the goat herd walker should actually scare away wolves, when they don't do that at all.
Milking goats isn't glamorous, but people need their cheese. This city could use a visit from Asclepius. People aren't feeling well, and a plague could break out. When are we going to shake off the shackles of vassalhood? I can't believe one of our subjects dares to rebel against us. Where's the gratitude? This city is so-so. Good enough for a goat, I suppose. Every man and goat for himself! Run!
You can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation.